Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nessa, I'm a fantasy writer, and I got the idea to make a goals video because there's a lot of things I want to accomplish this year, and I thought, why not share them in a video? I actually got the idea from Brie and Raquel, who posted their video some time ago. If you want to check them out, I will link them down below. I can't believe it's already July. Like, when has time gone? I did not see June fly by. Like, it feels like it's still May. Maybe it's the querying brain. Speaking of querying, I really need to get my heads of what's going on in my inbox, and what better way than to dream and wish about all the things I can finish and accomplish before the end of the year. So I made a little Canva board, thanks Brie, that we're going to fill together and keep me on track for all my writing goals for this year. So let's start with a quick overview of my different writing projects that I'm gonna try to actively work on this year. So first we have Frost Book, which is the book that I'm currently querying. I'm not gonna set any goals for this one because it's pretty much out of my hands at the moment, but if somehow during the year I have to work on a revision and need to shift priorities, I like to keep this one here just in case. My second book is Scorpion Book. This one is a second world fantasy, Saharan desert inspired coming of age story. There's also magic, secret identities, rogue nobles, and at the center of it all, there are two childhood friends who meet again after years apart, just to realize that they now stand on the opposite side of a conflict that makes them enemies. My third project is a steampunk romantic fantasy. I only have an outline for this one, and if you saw my last video, that's pretty much the template that I have for my beat sheet. It would be nice to fast draft it this year, but let's say that Scorpion Book is more my priority right now. And my last project, which is really a bonus at this point, is a rom-com that I co-wrote with my friend Maho back in 2018. We have a first draft, a vague list of things that we'd like to change, and if 2025 is kind to us, we might have time to work on this revision together. Maybe? Alright, back to my 2025 goals. Okay, so this is what I have so far for my list of goals. So my first goal for the year would be to have a complete draft of Scorpion Book. Scorpion Book now has a draft 0 that I've fast drafted back in February. I reached the midpoint and then I stopped because I got feedback back on my first book, so I had to stop drafting. So I have around like 30k, a little bit more than 30k. But like 2 weeks ago, I started reading back this past draft and it's pretty terrible. So I have to outline it again. And that's my goal for this month. Now we are mid-June, and my goal for Scorpion Book before July will be to have an outline, have chapter 2 and chapter 3 completed. Chapter 1 is already done. I sent it off to some people for a positivity pass in my Discord, and that boosted me a bit to keep writing. So I'm gonna have to write chapter 2 very soon. I'm hoping to write chapter 3 while I'm on vacation next week, and sometime between that I will figure out how to outline the rest of the book. After the midpoint, I really don't know what happens. I think it's the hardest book I've ever written because it has a dual timeline to keep track of and a dual POV at the same time, and each have the dual timeline. And yeah, it's a bit of a challenge, but I can do it. I can do it. We got this, guys. So for July, I would love to finish Act 1. So to have Act 1 complete. My Act 1, I think, has 6 chapters. So I would have 3 chapters to write for this month, which I think is pretty doable, right? For the second book, for my steampunk book. So right now I have an outline of this book. I know that I have roughly 30 chapters to write for this book, and hopefully this one I can also, let's say, since it's not the priority, I will just say like to have 1 chapter done, 2. Let's say, yeah, we could do like, since I already have the first chapter, I could say that I have chapter 2 done, okay? Only chapter 2. I don't want to commit for too much, especially since I'm starting Scorpion book. Maybe once I'm in the midst of it, things will get a bit quicker. But for now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. For the next one, I don't think I will touch this one for this month. Maybe I'm more saving it toward the end of the year. Like it's gonna be my happy reward once I'm done with my other hard books. So for August, I'm gonna be pretty free in August, so I can write a bit more than July. I would say that I could finish part 1 of Act 2, Act 2 part 1, which is 5 chapters. For steampunk book, I can aim for chapter 3. I think that's really enough. And I can already see that I'm gonna rush to finish steampunk book at the end of the year, by the way. But my goal is still Scorpion book, so we can keep going with this. This one, I'm gonna start Act 2 part 2. September is gonna be a lot of fun. So Act 2 part 2 is also 5 chapters, but I'm not sure I'm gonna write all of them. Wow. Let's have some faith in me, right? For this one, I'm just gonna work on chapter 4. And I think chapter 4 is a pretty small, so I can do also chapter 5, chapters 4 and 5. Sorry, I'm not gonna work on you yet. In October, there's gonna be DV Pit that I want to do if I'm still querying then. And I hope that this one will get so far. Like if I finish Act 2 part 2, then I can rush to write Act 3 here. And wow, is this even possible? I don't know. But I would love to do it, okay? I will say DV Pit. DV Pit, it's on October 8. And this one, I would love to finish Act 3. And I think Act 3 is also 5 chapters. For this one, I'm not gonna work on it, I think, because I really want to finish Act 3. So this is gonna be my main goal. Here, I'm hoping to start revision on Act 1 and Act 2 part 1. I could write chapter, so this is Act 1, by the way. This is Act 1 done. So here I could write chapter 6 and 7. Here, goal. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's not a lot of months left to work on anything, right? We're already November and there's not a lot of time left to work on this one. My main goal is still to, so I'll leave it like maybe for the Christmas vacation. Christmas time off will be like, yay, we're gonna revise Act 1. And then for this one, we're gonna revision on Act 2 part 2 and Act 3. And for this one, we're gonna have Act 2, 3, and 2 and 3. I'm gonna do 8, 9, 10, and this way we will finish Act 2, Part 1. We can see now that there's not a lot of time for me to finish my draft 0. So yeah, maybe it was a bit delulu. But I'm really happy with the goal for Scorpion book at least. I'm hoping like it will be ready to query early next year. That's my goal for today. Thank you so much for watching and keep me in your thoughts as I go through all this list. I'm really excited now to see where this goes, and I'll come back to you with an updated goal list if it ever changes in the future. So thank you so much for watching, and let's see you next time in another video. Bye bye!